Good, happy Monday evening, January 3rd, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, tip line rewards announced for information about missing 7-year-old girl. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR.
New Hampshire Chronicle, now in its 20th season. Watch new episodes weeknights at 7 on WMUR.
Good afternoon. We're on the air with breaking news from Manchester PD, providing an update on the search for a missing girl.
Harmony Montgomery was last seen in 2019 when she was 5 years old. Queen City Police say they just learned last week that she was missing. Let's listen in to the press conference now.
All right, I want to begin by thanking all of you for coming today. Your continued interest in locating 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery is appreciated and is essential to this investigation. As you know, more than 2 years has passed since Harmony was last seen. That puts us at a disadvantage, and the public's health is greatly needed. That being said, we are announcing today the creation of a dedicated tip line for this case. As you can see in the boards in front of me, that number is 603-203-6060. I say again, 603-203-6060. That phone number will be manned by one of our juvenile detectives 24/7. Tips can come in by phone or by text, either one. This will not be an extension that sends callers immediately to a voicemail. This will be monitored by a detective at all times so we can gather tips and act on them immediately. In addition to that phone number I just mentioned, the Manchester Crime Line is offering $2,500 reward, the most allowed through that organization for tips that lead to Harmony being found. Normally, Crime Line rewards are for information regarding crimes. I'd like to emphasize that the Crime Line has made an exception and has generously made that exception for this missing child case. Additionally, local businessmen Dick Anignos and Arthur Sullivan have also offered $10,000 for tips that lead to Harmony being found. I want to personally thank the Crime Line, Mr. Anignos and Mr. Sullivan for their generous actions on behalf of finding Harmony. I cannot emphasize enough how important any and all tips are. Even if you believe you saw this little girl a year ago or 2 years ago, please call in. Knowing where she was can help us narrow down where she is now. The Manchester Police Department is working with DCYF as well as the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in every effort to locate Harmony. That tip line again is 603-203-6060. And again, it can receive phone calls and text messages. Please share this information and utilize it. I'm appealing to everyone. Help us find this little girl. Someone knows something, do what is right, and call in. I cannot emphasize that enough. Somebody out there knows something. It's time for people to do the right thing. I cannot say it enough. I cannot emphasize it enough. Someone needs to call in, do the right thing, and provide us information on where Harmony may be. Again, that number is 603-203-6060. Help us find Harmony. At this time, I'll open up to questions, but please understand I will not be discussing details of the investigation. Before I do that, I want to publicly thank Captain Sean Layton and his detectives that have been working around the clock, nonstop, on this investigation, and they will continue to do so until we bring this to the resolution that we all want, and that is locating Harmony.
Chief, can you talk a little bit
Let me finish, please. Okay? So with that, I'll take a question.
Can you talk a little bit about the search that took place over the weekend?
Okay, and there you go on that video and that update. Gardner stepping down as New Hampshire Secretary of State. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, to get to the point, in the coming days, I will be stepping down as Secretary of State. I will do so after arrangements have been made for the constitutional deputy Dave Scanlon to take the oath of office. And that will be coming within days. And it's an honor to know that Dave will be the one to take over as Secretary of State. He's earned my utmost respect and confidence to serve in that constitutional office. And this comes at probably the smoothest time for it to happen in the cycle of a Secretary of State's 4-year cycle, so to speak, with 2 elections and a presidential primary during that time.
Okay, and there you have it. Gardner is stepping down as New Hampshire Secretary of State. Head-on collision shuts down Route 3A in Hill. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Living in northern New England doesn't mean you have to spend the winter on your roof. Forever Metal roofs are designed to...
As you can see, this is video of the crash scene, as you can see. Route 3A in Hill was closed Monday after a head-on collision in which one person was seriously injured. Police said one of the vehicles involved in the crash was engulfed in flames when first responders arrived. One person trapped in a vehicle was removed by firefighters. At least one person was seriously injured and taken to Concord Hospital, officials said. The crash is under investigation. Registration now open for New Hampshire's second booster blitz. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
The booster shots will be available by appointment only at the state's second upcoming booster blitz, which is set for this Saturday. Now, there's 14 locations around the state, including here at the Police Standards and Training in Concord. You can see the other locations by heading to our website, WMUR.com. More than 13,000 appointments will be available. During the state's first booster blitz last month, more than 10,000 shots were administered at 15 locations. Officials said 90% of those appointments filled up within the first 24 hours of registration, and the state is expecting a similar turnaround this time around.
I know prior to the holidays, folks were trying to get in their booster, but there's still a need for a lot of folks. Pharmacies are still booking out a couple weeks and other locations. So if we can help alleviate that a little bit by doing the big blitz, then yeah, we hope to do that.
Now, it's unclear exactly when the registrations will open this morning, but you can register by going to vaccines.nh.gov. Reporting live in Concord, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. As Omicron surges, the FDA has expanded access to Pfizer Boosters for more teens. The U.S. is expanding COVID-19 boosters as it confronts the Omicron surge, with the Food and Drug Administration allowing extra Pfizer shots for children as young as 12. Boosters are already recommended for everyone 16 and older, and federal regulators on Monday decided there also warranted for 12 to 15 years old once enough time has passed since their last dose. Manchester man killed in crash in Rochester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A Manchester man died after an accident that closed part of North Main Street in Rochester yesterday. Police say David Perkins was driving north when he crossed into the southbound lane, striking another car and then a pickup truck. Perkins did not survive. The drivers of the other vehicles have minor injuries. The accident remains under investigation.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. Good night and goodbye, everyone.